Ever since Splatoon 3 stopped receiving updates last year, many Splatoon fans, including myself, have been speculating about Splatoon 4. Especially now since the Switch 2 will be coming out later this year. So, when will Splatoon 4 release? What will be different? Will the story change for the better? And could Nintendo create a new species for the Splatoon franchise? These are questions that I have, and today we will dive deep into my predictions and hopes for Splatoon 4. Thank you guys for coming back to my channel and watching my videos. Right now I have 73 subscribers, and I want to thank everyone who has subscribed these past few days. This means the world to me. Share my channel and videos with your friends so I can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Alrighty, let's talk about Splatoon 4. Splatoon 3 stopped receiving updates last September, and while I was sad that we wouldn't get any new Splatfest, I knew that this probably means Nintendo and the Splatoon team are putting all of their efforts into the next Splatoon game. While we still don't know much about the Nintendo Switch 2 and its debut games, I think it makes the most sense that Splatoon 4 will come out in between 2026 and 2027. Splatoon 3 came out 5 years after Splatoon 2 in 2022. Splatoon is a game that takes a lot of time to develop, and I would rather Nintendo take their time and make an amazing game than release a half-baked game on launch. Especially now that the Switch 2 will have graphics rumored to be in 4K, Splatoon 4 could have some of the best graphics Nintendo has ever had, and if I had to guess, Splatoon 4 will come out in early of 2027. The biggest backlash against Splatoon 3 was that Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 are not very different graphically and gameplay-wise. If someone who hasn't played Splatoon saw a clip from Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3, they probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Splatoon 4, as I said earlier, will definitely have a huge graphics boost, which I am totally here for. I think Splatoon should be the best looking game on the Switch. Splatoon also needs a different type of weapon to make it stand out. Splatoon is known for having paint-related weapons with a few guns and a crossbow. I think it would be cool to have a new weapon that would be the half-inch roller. Splatoon already has a normal paint roller, but what if Splatoon 4 had a smaller version of that? With the smaller version, you could move faster, conserve more ink, and can work similarly to the brush. Splatoon 4 also needs new specials, and I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what new specials Nintendo could add, but it's definitely needed. The last thing I think Nintendo should add is pant customization. The only time we can customize our pants is when we start the game, and then we can't customize them any longer, even though we can literally customize every other piece of clothing we have. I think pants should be like the other clothing in the game, where each different piece of clothing has a different ability to boost you in multiplayer. Splatoon 3 was the first Splatoon game to not add a new species to the lore of Splatoon. I could see Nintendo adding a new species because the community has been asking for it. This could also influence the new single-player story mode as well. There are so many different species roaming around in the ocean, so Nintendo definitely has plenty to pick from. Personally, I think a good pick would be the pelican eel. Eels are already in the game, controlled by Fry in the story mode, and the pelican eels are scary, and I think that would work well as a villain in Splatoon 4's story mode. It's no secret that Splatoon has a lot of lore, and I love it, but the story mode in all three games are just too similar. The Octarians steal the Zapfish, and we have to go save it. All three Splatoon games have followed that story. Splatoon 4 needs a change. I want to feel invested in the story and the characters. Splatoon needs stakes, and that's why earlier I suggested the pelican eel. This species of eel should become the new villain of the series. I think it would be cool that the Inklings, Octarians, and Seminoids come together and work together to stop the pelican eels from taking over the surface world, or something like that. I feel like bringing together the three original species and forcing them to work together would be such a fun dynamic to watch and play, especially since there is so much bitterness towards each other already. I think it would be cool to see Captain Cuttlefish and DJ Octavio forgiving each other from the past, and by the end of the story, Inklings and Octarians come together and live peacefully with one another. Doesn't that sound so much better than the Octarians stealing Zapfish for the 4th time in a row? Splatoon's most famous multiplayer mode is Turf War, and it is easily my favorite game mode in the game. Splatoon also has Clam Blitz, Splat Zones, Tower Control, and Rainmaker. These are all great game modes, but I would love to see another multiplayer mode. I've heard a lot of talk about having either a 5v5 turf war or a 2v2v2 turf war. Personally, I think a 2v2v2 game mode would be really interesting. Splatoon already has something similar during Splatfest as a 2v4v2, which is alright, but it's not great. I think a 2v2v2 turf war mode would be really interesting to play, especially since Splatoon already has unlimited response. I can already imagine the chaos and screaming coming from me at 2 AM in the morning. Thank you all for watching my predictions about Splatoon 4. Are you guys excited for Splatoon 4? And if you are, comment below what you would love to see in Splatoon 4. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. And as always, I hope you enjoy. Peace.